Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And here we go with some Northwarder action and some Northwarder story time. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Northwarder story time and invasions. Please enjoy.
Young Aethelred of Forossa, a land that venerated the god of war, was not yet a Northwarder. He was an apprentice sage, known more for his quick wit and sharp tongue than for his prowess with the sword. Yet, the elders declared his ordeal. He was to travel to the frozen lands of Eleum Loyce and retrieve the vessel shield. This was a journey of great hardship, a rite of passage to become an oracle of the war god. The journey was long and perilous. Aethelred's journey began with the biting winds of the northern lands. Unlike the warm, sun-drenched plains of Forossa, Eleum Loyce was an endless winter, a kingdom entombed in ice. Aethelred pulled his robes tighter, the cold biting at his exposed skin. He navigated the treacherous narrow walkways, his boots crunching on the frozen ground. His only comfort was the promise of the vessel shield, a legendary relic said to emanate a gentle warmth. As he delved deeper, Aethelred encountered the city's inhabitants, the animated rampart golems. Their slow, deliberate movements and heavy, sweeping attacks were easy to dodge, but their numbers were overwhelming. Aethelred relied on his agility and quick thinking, using the treacherous icy terrain to his advantage. He baited the lumbering golems towards fragile bridges, then darted away as they crashed into the frozen abyss below. Inside the grand cathedral, the temperature plummeted further. The air was thick with the scent of ozone and the hum of unseen magic. The knights who once guarded the king now stood frozen, their bodies encased in ice. But not all were docile. As Aethelred approached the heart of the cathedral, the ice-entombed knights began to stir. They were the Knights of Loyce, their souls twisted by the chaos they tried to contain. Aethelred recognized their plight, their cursed existence. He resolved not to kill them, but to pacify them with magic. With a series of carefully aimed spells, he froze the charcoaled knights, turning them into shimmering statues of charcoal and ice. The path ahead was blocked by a massive portcullis. Aethelred, using the garrison ward key he found earlier, opened the portcullis and found himself in a vast, open area. The source of Eleum Loyce's unending winter was now in sight. The old chaos, the raging inferno at the heart of the world, kept in check by the sacrifice of the Ivory King. But the chaos was not fully contained. It was an infernal mockery of the flame, radiating heat that was both hot and cold. As he ventured further, he was ambushed by the Ivory King's pets, the spectral beasts, Lud and Zala. Their swift attacks and the relentless, freezing blizzards made it difficult to fight. Aethelred, recognizing his disadvantage, did not fight head-on. Instead, he used his knowledge of the land, drawing the beasts towards the collapsing ice bridges, leading them to their death. Finally, he reached the grand cathedral. The vessel's shield sat on a pedestal, bathed in an ethereal light. With it, he could feel a warmth, a sense of calm returning. But his final test was not yet complete. The Ivory King, a hollowed shell of his former self, guarded the shield. Aethelred faced the king, not in a duel to the death, but in a trial of wit. He dodged the king's slow, ponderous attacks, casting spells that would not harm him, but would instead temporarily disable him. With each spell, a piece of the king's charred armor fell away, and Aethelred could see the sorrow in his hollowed eyes. Aethelred, seeing a path not of destruction, but of redemption, pulled out the frozen flower, an item he had found on his journey. He offered it to the king, a symbol of mercy, of an end to the unending winter. The king, seeing the gesture, lowered his sword, and a tear of ice fell from his eye. The warmth of the vessel's shield intensified, filling the cathedral with a soft, radiant light. Aethelred, now a true Northwarder, left Eleum Loyce not as a conqueror, but as a redeemer, and was henceforth worshipped as an oracle of the war god, as was promised.